Welcome back to Me Personally Podcast. It's your host, Immanuel. I'm here with my co-host,
AJ.
And we're back here with another episode of Me Personally Podcast, episode number 8. I'm pretty sure, actually 7 because we didn't upload last week because the audio. So it's actually episode number 7. So, let's get right into it. So, I feel like you really want to talk about this game, personally, since we were going into you about the Sooners losing 49-0. It finally happened to us. Oklahoma State lost to Kansas State 48-0.
You heard what? You said what?
48-0.
Okay, I thought y'all said that wouldn't happen to y'all. And y'all did. Y'all lost to a team that wasn't even Texas caliber.
Okay, Kansas State is better than Texas right now.
No, I don't think so. They didn't even have their starting quarterback.
Well, don't diss their backup quarterback.
I ain't gonna diss Will Howard, but they didn't even have their starting quarterback and got beat 48-0. That's crazy.
I feel like the issues were a lot of injuries on the team because, well, of course, Spencer Sanders was banged up. We didn't have Braden Johnson playing.
Yeah.
We didn't have
Dominique Richardson.
We didn't have who else? Who's the other receiver? Who haven't been playing that much this year?
Jaden Bray. He's been out for a while.
Jaden Bray been out for a while. A lot of O-line injured. We're on our third string centers snapping the ball. So I feel like a lot of injuries. You know, plays also has an effect of having us an early bye week after like week 5, week 4. So like that also played an effect. So and you know players on defense injure or leave or decide to have a surgery to focus on the draft. So like a lot of stuff like that impact the game, and I can say poor play calling for the offense.
Yeah, They just wanted to get out of there. Honestly,
if you know you have a banged up quarterback, I don't know why you're trying to make the quarterback throw the ball 50 yards every single time, especially if it's a shoulder injury, or if it's like and they're not really protecting the quarterback that much. That's why he ended up finally getting injured that game with Spencer Sanders broken his collarbone out for the year too.
He broke his collarbone, so he's out for the year.
Out for the year.
For real? Wow. So Gunner will be the starting quarterback?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sooners we up. No offense, but Sooners we up. We was already going to win.
Okay, let's calm down. Yeah, Dalen Gabriel, you weren't going to win against.
We're going to win. We have the best left-hander.
Left-hander? Dalen Gabriel's left-handed?
Yep.
Okay, that explains a lot. I don't know. I have my thing against left-handed quarterbacks. Tua, for example, but I don't know. I just feel like when you get pressure on the right side, left-handed quarterbacks, like when they're forced to go to the right, they kind of struggle a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because they have to open their shoulder up just to even get that throw off. And if he has pressure to that right side, he won't be able to at all. He gonna mess up his other shoulder if he do.
Yeah, but you know, I saw a high school quarterback who's ambidextrous, like can use both hands.
I seen that, yes,
bro. That quarterback can change the game. He will
if he stay locked in.
Yeah, but it didn't help that Gunnar Gundy had the most rushing yards in that whole entire game. 27 rushing yards.
Sprains a lot though. Like the quarterback was hurt, banged up, couldn't throw the ball. You really couldn't get nothing going from the get go. I mean, can't throw the ball, can't run the ball, and backup quarterback that came in and second half. Came in and got the most rushing yards off of 27 yards.
But you know, I saw him.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I was watching the game with Johnny.
Yeah, his head was just shaking.
He was just shaking. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be all over Twitter now.
Man, it was blowing up too.
Yeah, but let's not discredit Kansas State here. My boy, Will Howard. You know, I was talking about him when we was talking about best players you guys saw in person. I mentioned him. You guys saw why. Will Howard came out with 21 for 37, 296 yards, 4 passing touchdowns. and Deuce Vaughn with 22 carries, 158 yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. 7 carries for Giggins, 44 yards and 1 touchdowns. And their wide receiver, Malik Knowles, he had a game, 8 receptions, 113 yards. And the other receiver, Kay Warner, had 5 receptions, 97 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It was a great game for Kansas State all around, especially defense. People's been sleeping on Kansas State defense. People talking about Oklahoma State and TCU's defense. No one's really talking about Kansas State defense.
For real, they D-line are dogs. They was running a
Because I never
three-man front and just making you where you just gonna get a cover stack or you just gonna pick and you gonna throw a pick.
see that's similar that we did last year. We only had 3-man blitzing, have someone have a lot of players in coverage, where we usually always get to the quarterback because if they can't find no one open, they're gonna try to rush out the pocket, and that's why we have like on third down we have like a third down spy for the quarterback every single time.
Yeah, that was actually good too. It's low key. It gives you a built-in spot. Even if you don't want it, he's there. He can play the middle of the field.
Which is especially going to work against Spencer Sanders, and especially going to work when they play Kansas, when they play Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, but I'm saying I never really knew that Kansas State defense was this legit until I saw the game. I'm like, wow. Even though we saw them at OU, they was letting OU pass the ball a little bit, but this is like the first time I saw Kansas State defense came to play all year long. So maybe I haven't been watching a lot of Kansas State games, but I might start watching some Kansas State games because of their defense. Because there were some dogs out there.
All flying to the ball, all hands to the ball. Nobody was loafing. All hands was around the ball. Yeah, that was good football by Kansas State all around.
Okay, let's talk about Penn State. Sorry excuse of a school in Pennsylvania. Cold, muddy, disgusting-looking Pennsylvania.
Wow, that's your brother play. You gotta chill. Can't go
Penn State lost to Ohio State. Sorry, the Ohio State, 44-31. Sean Clifford.
Oh shoot, my fault. I had choked.
Oh yeah, okay, choke on.
Oh shoot.
Sean Clifford threw 32 for 47, 371 yards, and 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He basically threw the game away. The last quarter. And Katron Allen had 12 carries, 76 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Nick Singleton had 14 carries, 45 yards. Parker Washington had a good game with 11 receptions, 179 yards, 1 touchdown. Oh, this is going to be trouble for me to pronounce. Karandre Lambert Smith, sophomore wide receiver, 2 receptions, 58 yards, 1 touchdown. And 2 receptions, 57 yards for Theo Johnson, sophomore wide receiver too.
Okay.
So Penn State offense, receivers and running backs were doing their thing. I feel like it's just the quarterback that's just because the game was close. The Penn State defense came to play against Ohio State. This is like the closest game that Ohio State had all year long. And that's the problem with Ohio State. They always rank them so high, but they only play 2 good teams. Is either going to be playing Michigan or Penn State, or they're going to be playing Michigan or Michigan State. Those are the only 2 close games they're going to have every single season. And it's kind of getting annoying because if, a team like Oklahoma State only has to play 2 good teams and win against them, they still won't be ranked as high as Ohio State.
True, because of
and they don't play no one in the Big Ten championship because the Big Ten West is weak. Is like the ACC at that point.
Who all in the Big Ten West?
Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, Illinois.
Oh yeah, they ain't playing nobody.
Iowa
special.
haven't been good for a while. Minnesota, I don't know. No one's good in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And Illinois is the best team right now in the Big Ten West.
Okay. So they it's most likely gonna be Illinois and Ohio State.
No, Michigan.
Michigan. Oh yeah, Michigan for sure. I forgot about Michigan. forgot about Blake Crumb,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, however you say his name.
Hey, this wait till Michigan come down to Ohio and shut Ohio up.
When they play?
Last game of the season.
Last game.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And that's going to be probably decided if they go to the
Mm-hmm.
Big Ten championship or
Mm-hmm.
not. Dang. It's going to be tough.
I kind of like it how they decided to put the OU and OSU game not the last game, because like the last game of the season, because the week after would be the Big 12 championship, and they understand because like it's usually going to be OU or OSU in the Big 12 championship, so they don't want them playing back-to-back games, which they thought that we would be playing each other in the Big 12 championship game at the time. So
I really wanted y'all last year.
Hmm?
It just didn't work out in our hands.
we should have played you guys last year if you guys didn't lose to Baylor.
Yeah, we would have.
Mm-hmm. And then we would beat you guys twice.
No.
And then went to the playoffs. We wouldn't be talking about 4 interceptions from Spencer Sanders last year.
He would. Because he would do
We would have beat Michigan last year, and we probably lost to Bama or Georgia. So
Nah. Michigan still got the same players they had last year. Plus more.
yeah, but they didn't. Well, they didn't really have J.J. McCarthy. He was on the team, but he wasn't starting. And I feel like our defense would have been much better suited against Cade McNamara.
But I guess you could say it changes where
It just depends.
where the DC goes to. I guess you can say that.
Mm-hmm.
Because he left.
He left after we lost to Baylor.
Okay.
So if he would have won,
stayed.
he would have stayed if he won.
Yeah.
Or if we were to pay him. I don't know why we didn't pay him, but we're still paying Casey Dunn. He should not be on this coaching staff no more after this season. The offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, but CJ Stroud went 26 for 33, 354 yards, 1 touchdown. And Trayvon Henderson had 16 carries, 78 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Marvin Harris Jr. had 10 receptions, 185 yards. Kay Stover, tight end, 6 receptions, 78 yards, and 1 touchdown. And it was just... Oh, and you saw their defensive line, JT Tuamoloau.
He had a monster game. Yes.
Bro, had interception, a fumble recovery, a touchdown. Like,
He was just everywhere.
He was just everywhere.
Yes, 44.
He owns the state of Pennsylvania.
He might.
He owns the state of Pennsylvania right now, so JT is Pennsylvania's dad.
Yeah.
Hey, but Michigan, speaking about Big Ten, Michigan beat down their little brother Michigan State 29-7. J.J. McCarthy went 15 for 25, 167 yards, and 1 touchdown. While Blake Corum with 33 carries. Man, that's a lot of carries. 177 yards and 1 touchdown, with J.J. McCarthy having 50 yards and 50 yards, and their backup Edwards have 10 carries and 42 yards. And the receivers all had a good game. Luke Schoonemaker, their senior tight end, 5 receptions, 70 yards. Ronnie Bell, their senior wide receiver, 4 receptions, 53 yards. And it's just, hey, it's Michigan. We can't.
Yeah, they just playing good football.
Mm-hmm. Last year they lost to Michigan State, so they made this game a statement.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Especially with Kenneth Walker gone to Seattle. Yeah, hey,
Kenneth Walker's doing his thing in Seattle.
he is.
He is doing his thing.
Yes,
That's why I saw Seattle pick him up. I'm like, man, they got another good running back.
That's all we needed.
Mm-hmm. I wish my team would be good, but Jackson State embarrassed Southern.
Oh yeah, I already know.
Mm-hmm.
It's another good game for Shador.
Another good game for Shador Sanders. Well, I'm pulling up the score, but at the top of my head, I'm thinking the score was 42-0, right? At the top of my head, I'm probably wrong, or 24-0. The score was
By the way,
35-0. My bad.
That was actually there was that corner from he had committed to Travis Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
That was his actual first college game outside of preseason.
Oh, it was his first game.
Yes. Came in, had a big game, I heard.
Trying to pull up the stats real quick, but he did recover a fumble.
Travis Hunter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he played some little wide receiver looking at the stats. But Shadur Sanders went 18 for 33, 194 yards, 1 touchdown, and 52 yards, 8 carries, and 2 touchdowns rushing. And their running back, Shervivion Wilkerson, I'm probably saying that wrong, my bad. 21 carries, 96 yards, and 1 touchdown. Yeah, and Southern came this game confident too. You saw them making TikToks before.
Yeah.
I don't know why teams decide to make TikToks before games or during halftime. I sometimes see high school teams make a TikTok during halftime, then they blow up the whole entire lead. I'm like, wow. I know my coach would never let us make TikToks at halftime.
Bro, we wasn't even allowed to borrow bags at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Hall would have threw a fit.
Yeah. But Texas Southern won against Lincoln 37-2. Grambling won against Alcorn State 35-6. Prairie View A&M beats Bethune-Cookman 58-48.
Go Panthers.
Florida A&M beats AUPB 27-26.
Go Rattlers.
Bama State beats Bama A&M 24-17.
Go Hornets.
Morgan State beats South Carolina State 41-14. Howard beats Norfolk State 49-21. North Carolina Central beats Delaware State 28-21. A lot of good games for the HBCU games. I gotta go down to watch the HBCU game one of these days.
For real. Especially, I really want to go to a PV game. That's the game I've always wanted to go to.
Like, where's PB at?
Just not too far from Houston. It's in Prairie View, Texas, but not too far from Houston. It's probably like an hour from Houston.
Okay.
Yeah. That's actually where I was gonna go before I came here. That was my first choice.
See, for me, I never really thought about going to a HBCU. Only one HBCU I was thinking about because it's near me. Howard's like in DC.
Yeah,
it's not too far away. I was thinking about Howard or Florida A&M, but I didn't really apply to many schools. I only applied to schools for like my major. So
okay. So yeah,
and Oklahoma State was a dream school. So
why not? And they have your major. I
mean, it was like a dream come true. Like, oh, has my major. Is like one of the best sports media schools in the nation. Yo, it's God's plans right there. True. But let's get right into the NFL. Crazy NFL trade deadline week.
Ooh, it's a lot.
There were 9 trades on that day.
Man, like right after each other though. Some of them.
I was in class. My professor was sitting right next to me while I was watching the documentary. He was just like showing me his Apple Watch, showing me all the trades I was going on, like leave every 5 minutes later, showing me next trade. So I want to see you grade some of these trades for some of these teams and see some of your thoughts about it. So let's go with the first trade. Chase Claypool goes to the Bears, and the Steelers receive a 2nd-round pick for this year.
For the Bears, I give it about a C because Chase Claypool, he hasn't really showed me much. For the Steelers, I mean, they just got picks for it, and that's just going to just automatically make them better. And they always do good with drafting 2nd-round receivers for the better of them teams. So, by all means, I say for the Steelers, it's about a C or a B.
All right, for me, I'm gonna actually. Some people have been giving the Bears some hard times about this, but I feel like Chase Claypool has a big potential since he's like a taller receiver who ran a 4.4. No one really talks about that. He runs a 4.4, so he's fast.
Yeah.
He's tall. I feel like he has the potential to help Justin Fields. That's probably that wide receiver one that Justin Fields needs, that every quarterback needs when developing. And the Bears actually went out and traded for one. Even though it cost him a second-round pick, it was a risk giving the second-round pick. I say probably a third or fourth would be good. But I give the Steelers a B+ for getting the second-round pick from someone they drafted with a third or fourth-round pick.
Yeah.
And because the Steelers, they already have too many receivers. They don't really need Chase Claypool, because that's the thing about ever since AB left, there's like they drafted too many good receivers. So like it's just like, oh, one day George Pickens is going to get the ball. Next day is going to be the Deontay Johnson get the ball, and then next day is going to be Chase Claypool. So it depends who they feel like. So they feel like they just got to trade a receiver away so they can
balance out the offense. Yeah.
Man, I need to get a drink after this. So I'll give the Steelers a B+, while I give the Bears, I give them a B- or a C+. I'm going to go with C+ for there. I like the trade a lot for the Bears, especially helps Justin Fields.
True.
Yeah, just got to give him an O-line now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
Now, the next trade didn't make no sense. So T.J. Hawkinson and a 4th-round pick for this year and a 2024 conditional 4th-round pick to the Vikings, and the Lions receive a 2023 2nd-round pick and a 2024 3rd-round pick.
For the Vikings, I believe not Vikings. He was on the Lions, correct?
Yeah, he got traded to the Vikings.
For the Lions, I believe he was their tight end one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they did that. So, and they got what, a 2nd and 4th-round pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that's probably around like C-, probably closer to a D+. But for the Vikings, they actually had just lost the tight end. And when they lost their tight end, that was a good pickup for them. So I say at least a C+, closer to a C.
For me, I'd give the Vikings like a B+, maybe an A-, because T.J. Hawkinson is an all-pro tight end caliber player.
Yes.
He's one of those top 10 tight ends.
New style.
Mm-hmm. And well, it's also kind of a little rental because his contract years come up. So I'll probably bring it down to a B for them since his contract's coming up. So you can see why the Lions trade him away, but it still doesn't make sense. You especially can get a lot more, especially you actually giving up picks just to trade him away for a 2nd-round pick. So I give the Lions a D+ for the trade. Okay. I don't really like to trade much for the Lions. I understand why, but you could guide more, or you could at least not trade away your picks, especially for a rebuilding team. Okay, this trade hurts me a lot.
I don't know why y'all did this.
I don't know why. Everybody. I think because his contract year was coming up. That's why.
He's been there for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been there since 2018.
When y'all won the championship against my dog Kim?
No.
He wasn't there?
No, it was like 2 years after.
2 years after? Okay, I thought he was part of that team.
No. But he was like one of the key players that started the rebuild. Like, that's when the rebuild actually started. Like, before that, even though without paying Manny, the year after that, we tried to compete. Didn't work out because we had Trevor Siemian. We had a 500 record, but we didn't make the playoffs. So, and then that year after that, we just decided to tank, and then we drafted him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But Bradley Chubb to the Miami Dolphins for a 1st-round pick, 4th-round pick, and Chase Edmonds. And the 1st-round pick is from the 49ers.
I'm just gonna say this right now because I already knew this from the top of my head. For the Miami Dolphins, this is an A+. This is going to help your defense, and the picks that you traded away, you got from getting to, I believe it wasn't to where it was.
It was from like the Trey Lance trade for them trading up.
Yes.
For the 49ers trading up.
And they got him from the other two. They just got Tyreek Hill and because they had to trade away some picks so they can get rid of some cap space.
Mm-hmm.
So they got it from Tyreek Hill, and it's one more person they got from it.
Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was an A+ pick for them.
Mm-hmm.
And for you and your team, the Broncos, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm about to give y'all a D.
A D.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give the Broncos a B minus because at least they got a first round pick. Because
Okay.
for me,
I didn't know it was the first round. Okay,
for
it boosted it for sure.
yeah, for Bradley Chubb, he's a good player, but he haven't been to an All Pro yet or a Pro Bowler. I think, let me top of my head, I'm pretty sure he probably made the Pro Bowl his rookie year, but that was his rookie year. He's an injury prone player, so that's also the reason why we trade him away. So I'll give the Broncos a C plus, a B minus,
Yeah,
just from them getting a first round pick.
Yeah,
Don't really understand why we got Chase Edmonds, but we're weak at running backs right now. Our best running back is what? I'm about to say DeMarco Murray, the other Murray brother.
No, DeMarco, he had OU coaching, I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of them OU running backs back coaching at OU.
Yeah, but we also got Chase Edmonds, so we don't have to worry about Melvin Gordon fumbling the ball. So he did make the Pro Bowl in 2020. My bad. So it was a good pickup for him. Good pickup.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say nah. You said they had the first round.
And then the Dolphins, even though they overpay him a lot. What? I'm pretty sure. What? I'm trying to see how much they over. I'm pretty sure I screenshot it, but for the Dolphins, I give them A minus, B plus. I'm probably giving them A minus because it's still a good pickup,
Sure.
but it's just the contract extension a little bit too much. For a player who only been in one Pro Bowl and who's known for being injury prone. Like I'm not hating on the trade because my guy got traded away, but I'm saying it's a little bit too much for him. That's why the Broncos didn't want to trade him away because that was too much of a contract for him. Okay, yeah, 5 years, $110 million contract extension with $63 million guaranteed.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got paid.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so that's why I brought it down not to an A plus, but he's top 5 for sacks. So, but Roquan Smith to the Ravens for linebacker AJ Klein, a 2nd round pick and a 5th round pick. Both picks are in 2023.
For the Ravens, you just made your defense better, and with me being, I wouldn't say I'm a Ravens fan, but I grew up. I played my little league team was the Ravens, and that was when Ray Lewis was there. So, with me in my past, their best is when they had a good middle linebacker or just a good backer in the middle or anywhere, and that's where it started at for me. So I believe that's a big pickup for them. That's another start for them to jump back up where they were once before. So I rank it around like a B plus, A minus. And for the Bears, I don't really like it for the Bears, honestly, because like you said earlier, they's in a rebuild. They need their best guys, but like you said, they in a rebuild. Roquan Smith, he's been there for a while. He's
been there since like 2018.
Yeah, so he's probably
he's due for a contract, so that's why they trade him away.
Okay, so yeah, I say for the Bears, they was really just trying to make more money. So I say probably around like a C minus, C plus, B minus.
Okay. For me, I'm just gonna give the Ravens a B because it's a good trade. They got a great player for Roquan Smith, but the problem is they still need to pay Roquan Smith next year, and they still gotta pay Lamar Jackson next year. Instead of how trading for, it's good for building up their defense, but they're not going to try to trade for some wide receivers for Lamar Jackson. Like, the best thing they did this year was getting Deshaun Jackson, a 40-year-old Deshaun Jackson. But I gave the Ravens a B, maybe a B plus. It was a good pickup for the Ravens with linebacker, but they still got to pay him. That's the real truth about it.
True.
And then for the Bears, we can understand why. I gave them a C minus for the trade. At least they got a second round pick for him. Like, so like
some cap space.
Get some cap space for him because they have a lot of cap space for him.
Yes.
So I don't know who wants to go to Chicago, but
everybody. What's wrong with Chicago?
Who wants to go to the Bears? Let me say that. There's no problem with Chicago. You got the Bulls, and that's pretty much it.
No, it's a lot to do in Chicago. I'm telling you.
I've never been in Chicago before, so.
Bro, you will love it. I promise you. It's just cold. But you from Pennsylvania.
I'm used to the cold. I'm literally wearing shorts right now. It's like 50 degrees outside.
Yeah. See, you'll love it. You'll actually love it. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. It's probably, I'd go back and live there right now if I could.
Yeah, but maybe over the summer I might take a trip to Chicago.
For real, you got to, bro. Mm-hmm. You got to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for now I give the Bears a C. For the trade, probably a C plus, but a C. At least got rid of some cap space. Don't have to pay or try to overpay for a player.
True. And how old is Roquan Smith? He's
I'm pretty sure he's under 26. Off the top of my guess. Let me just look this up real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, 25 years old.
25. Okay. I don't know why for some reason I thought he was.
He just been there for a while. He just got drafted young.
Okay. 2018,
so he's been there about since 4 years.
Okay. Yeah.
2018 was 4 years ago. That's crazy.
Man.
So the guy who got suspended for gambling for his own team to win. And guess what that team was playing? Guess the team they was playing against. The team they was playing against was the Jaguars. Calvin really was traded to the Jaguars. He bet against the Jaguars. Now the Jaguars is betting for him.
Man, that's crazy. That is a crazy pickup for the Jaguars.
Yeah, so Calvin really to the Jags for a 2023 fifth-round pick and a conditional fourth-round pick.
They just gave him away for cheese. Like, it don't even matter. Like, here, you can have him.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
because he's not gonna be able to play for the whole entire season.
Yeah, I heard he has to renew his contract with the NFL. He can. The earliest is like either January or February.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can get it renewed by then, if they do renew it, then he'll be back. But if not, he'll just be out, I believe. So that's how it works. So I'm not for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a crazy pickup for Jaguars, but also a good one. So I say it's probably like a B minus, only because I'm not gonna knock him. He's a decent, good receiver, but he had, like you said, he hasn't played for a whole year.
Mm-hmm. And his last season, he only had 31 receptions, 281 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But he was injured for most of the year. So
true. And he had Matt Ryan. Not to knock Matt Ryan,
but Matt Ryan did his thing for like his last season with the Falcons. He had 4,000 passing yards.
True. He just he just got a spot too from Indianapolis. I forgot about that.
Yeah, about the guy who was like, "We back."
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, for the Falcons, I say he wasn't playing anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So it really doesn't matter for the Falcons. He already wasn't playing.
Yeah. And even though he was drafted in 2018, not a player from 2018, due for a contract too, he's also 27 years old.
27?
He's 27. He's the same age as Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper been in the league since, I'm pretty sure, 2015, 2016, top of my head.
Amari Cooper, Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Amari Cooper's 28, about the same age, and he was drafted
to the Raiders, correct?
Yeah, he was drafted to the Raiders in 2015. Yeah, 2015.
Wow.
Same age as almost the same age as Amari Cooper. Stephon Diggs was also drafted in 2015, I'm pretty sure. Yep, same age as Stephon Diggs, and
Define
they're
age,
not, and he's not on the same level as those two players. Like this, he's at the age where he's supposed to be in his prime.
Yes.
And Calvin really is more of a wide receiver 2 than a wide receiver 1, in my opinion. That's why the only reason why he had those good stats in his 2020 season, because Julio was still on the team.
Yeah, and he was the main concern. So
It's like I said, it's like I call it the AB effect. When the wide receiver is so good, so you're not going to see the wide receiver open as much, so they start throwing the ball to the wide receiver too. You saw that with AB and Juju.
Okay.
And now you saw that with Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. Because, they're going to try to double team, triple team, and they're going to throw the ball to Calvin Ridley.
Of course.
So I call that the AB effect. I saw that on TikTok. Shout out to who came up with that. There's a lot of other cases with that happening. I can't think about it on the top of my head. But it's the AB effect. So, and since when he became the number 1 wide receiver, struggle, got injured. When people started paying attention to him more, he's not the best receiver from his draft class, in my opinion. Too, you got DJ Moore and Cortland Sutton.
Yes, DJ Moore. Oh my gosh, I don't know if we talked about this last podcast.
We didn't. It happened. It happened yesterday.
It happened. What you talking about, the catch?
Yeah, it happened this week. So we haven't.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait.
We're gonna wait.
I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, but me ranting a little bit, but I'll give the Jags a C plus. I give the Falcons a C, because it really didn't really affect the Falcons. Just don't have to pay him no more.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they drafted Drake London too.
True.
They already have Kyle Pitts. They're probably going to find themselves a quarterback next year, because it seemed like they don't really like Desmond Ridder because he hasn't been playing that much. Malik Willis got his first start last week too, so you already see two quarterbacks in that draft class already playing right now. Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett.
Yes.
Yeah, but
both Kenny Pickett actually got a starting job, and hopefully Malik Willis he got the starting job now, or is he?
It's because Ryan Tannehill was out, but I feel like he's going to take that starting spot. I feel like Malik Willis can.
And if he does, this will help our Titans a lot.
Because he's a running quarterback too, and they like to run the ball, so it's going to help them a lot.
True. Just got to know how to scheme.
Robert Quinn. We talked about this last week, but since no one really watched it last week, Robert Quinn to the Eagles for a 2023 fourth round pick. Your thoughts about that? Yeah, we agree that.
To the Eagles from where did he come from again?
The Bears.
Bears.
My
yes.
bad.
Can't think of it. For the Eagles, it's a good pick. It makes turn the defense a lot better, for sure. So
He had 18 sacks last year.
For the Eagles, yeah, that's a big pickup. I say C plus or B minus, because now you have too many players that is already good. And like you said, with the cap size, you're gonna eventually have to pay all these guys, and contracts is most likely coming up for a lot of them. Jalen Hurts came and he's still on his rookie contract. Probably has like 3 years on it.
They already paid AJ Brown.
So they already paid A.J. Brown. Okay,
They still got to pay Miles Sanders.
Okay.
And Dallas Goedert. And Devontae Smith. And like most of the offense.
Yeah, see, that's a lot of people you got to pay. Then
they just paid CJ Gardner Johnson too.
They did, okay. Good.
They paid him after they trade for him, so. But I'm confident in this trade. I like the trade a lot. I give the trade like a B plus. A good pickup for their defense. The Rich just keep on getting richer.
True.
And then for the Bears, doesn't really make sense. Maybe because his contract is coming up. I'm pretty sure, like most of these players who got traded. So I give the Bears like a C minus, a C minus or a D plus. They're getting rid of some cap space like they did with Roquan Smith.
True.
So honestly, I'd give that a C minus. So to get some rid of cap space, got some draft picks, and hopefully build around Justin Fields, because it seemed like this new Bears front office is more committed to surrounding Justin Fields with more talent. Like they couldn't really do it last year because they didn't really have that many picks. They didn't have a pick in the first round. Now they have multiple picks in the second round and the fourth round.
Yes.
So
I feel like they actually trying to trust in Justin Fields now.
unlike last year's front office, so I like some of these trade for the Bears, even though some people don't like them. I feel like they're actually building around Justin Fields because for the past couple of weeks, ever since that Thursday night football game, Justin Fields' play been extremely getting better game by game.
Yes.
So
Seen a lot of smart plays from that most like whenever he first came in, like when he first came in, he'd just throw the ball whenever, like, no matter what. But now I see that he'll try to get out the pocket, and if it's not there, he won't force it. He'll throw it out.
He tends to he did force a lot last year.
Yes.
Now he likes to work on his legs now because besides Lamar Jackson, he's one of the fastest quarterbacks out there, and he's almost as good. Not saying as good as Lamar Jackson, but he's almost as good as Lamar and Jalen and Kyler Murray with rushing the ball with the court, evading all the pass rushers.
Yes.
And getting out to the pocket. No.
They just got to protect him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Naheem Himes got traded to the Bills for Zach Moss in the 2023 conditional 6th-round pick. Your thoughts about that?
Naheem Hines as the running back, correct?
Mm-hmm. To the Colts.
He got traded
to the Bears from the Colts.
Okay. Dang, the Bears just...
Not Bears, Bills.
Okay,
Not that. Bills.
Wow, the Bears just throwing people. They don't care no more. Yeah. He went from the Bills to the Colts? Or
He went from the Colts
to the Bills.
Yeah,
okay,
Colts to the
Bills. Honestly, I don't really like this trade for the Bills because I don't see no problem with the running back they have now. I mean,
Devin Singletary.
Yeah, I honestly don't see a problem with him. He's a flex back. He's not more of your downhill back, but they throw the ball more than they run the ball. If you watch the game and you check the stats, the running back really don't get that many touches.
Yeah, but Naheem Himes is like a receiving type back. Okay. He's more a receiver. Like when I saw the trade, he said that the Colts traded their wide receiver / running back. So he's more of a receiver type back for it, and that's going to work a lot for the Bills offense. They didn't try to overpay for Christian McCaffrey like the 49ers did. They underpaid, traded a 6th-round pick, and their backup running back Zach Moss, which I rather them keep Zach Moss because he's more of the power back. Get the
hard yards.
Get the hard yards. But they already drafted Dalvin Cook's brother. I forgot his name. Jake something Cook. His last name's Cook. So
yeah,
that's all we need to care about. And then Devin Singletary, I have a little problem with him. Because he doesn't really get that much carries, and he doesn't have that much explosive powers as other running backs. He tends to get caught up too. Not as fast as other running backs.
True. Yeah. I can say that his speed is not where it should be, but
where it should be. When Naheem Hines' speed is where he should be. He's a really fast running back, and he can play the receivers, so that's going to work a lot for the Bills. I give the Bills a B for this, and I give the Colts. I give the Colts a C. I don't really. They just traded a player away just to trade a player away, probably for cap room because his contract probably is coming up too. So
probably they're probably trying to rebuild now. Now that they got, I wouldn't say they have their quarterback, but
they're trying to draft a quarterback next year. So
they are.
Well, you think Sam Ehlinger is going to be their starting quarterback for the franchise?
I like Sam Ehlinger, bro. He's a pretty dang good quarterback, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I can't knock him. Like all of I've seen from him, he's always showed up, showed out. Tough guy. Always put up points. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll run. I can't hate on him, honestly.
Okay, understand. You gotta respect the guy who been beating your team for a while. So
he didn't beat us. He beat us once, probably. At most, it's once.
Yeah, I don't know how that feels to lose to Texas, but
I don't get on that.
We're like last 5 games against Texas. We're like 4-5. We're not gonna talk about that last game where we lost at home. I remember that game. I'm like, what?
See, at least all our games is never at home. It's always in
See,
Texas. At
see.
least we got that problem.
Mm-hmm.
They like an hour away, 2 hours away.
I gotta talk about this later about them playing like at a neutral field because I like that idea a lot. I feel like more rivalries. I'm gonna talk about that later, but don't want to get into this. But let's finish this off. Jeff Wilson got traded to the Dolphins for a 5th round pick. They're running back for the 49ers.
Jeff Wilson?
Yeah.
I see.
For me, I just see this like, the Dolphins coach used to be a coordinator for the 49ers. Just decided to bring some more 49ers players over.
Yeah.
That's why this all right there. So.
Yeah, and he's not going to be used over there because they just picked up Christian McCaffrey and.
Well. Oh, you're talking about the Dolphins not using Jeff Wilson?
Oh, I thought you said
Jeff Wilson got traded to the Dolphins from the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm talking about the 49ers is not going to use him that much because.
Well, I don't really like the trade for the 49ers because Chris McCaffrey is that type of player to get injured. He's injury prone.
Yeah.
So you at least have someone to at least step up. So I give
they'll throw Debo back there at any time. They don't really care.
Yeah, but Debo's out with injury too right now. So
true.
So I give the 49ers a D- for this because it doesn't really make sense, especially with getting Christian McCaffrey. He's more injury prone, so at least gotta have someone back in. Maybe they have another plan. Maybe they're hoping for what's the running back's name who got injured beginning of the year? I can't really think of his name, but he's in IR right now. But hopefully he's come back soon. But I give it 49ers a D-, while I give the Dolphins like a C.
C. Okay. For the 49ers, honestly, I'm not bad on the trade because like I said earlier, I don't think they're gonna use him as much. So I say they were just trying to get rid of get some more cap space after picking up Christian McCaffrey. So I give him about a C-, C, nothing too high, because it really wasn't a good trade for anything.
Mm-hmm.
And for the Dolphins, like you said, just got like he said, he brought his one of his players back. He knows what he can and can't do. He knows what he likes to do in the offense, what's his strong suits, what's his weaknesses. So I say, like you said, C+, C-, somewhere around that C range.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Here, I'm gonna go through these trades real quick. Jacob Martin, to the Broncos Jacob Martin and a 5th round pick to the Broncos for a 4th round pick. For both picks are in 2024.
Okay.
Jacob Martin's a DN.
DN for
he played for the Jets before.
The Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I really haven't just seen much from him, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really speak much on this trade.
I'll say, I don't really see that much. I'll say it's like some people say some people say it's a good trade, but I say solid trade for both teams. Probably getting rid of him. He's 26 years old. He's probably getting due for a contract soon, so that's probably why they trade him away. That's why I'm seeing notable trend for most of these trades, or most of these players were drafted in 2018, so most of their contracts are due.
Coming off that rookie contract.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I say it's all. I can't really grade them both because I don't really know. I don't really know the player. I will know the player now because he's on my team now. But hey, our D line is one. Our D line been doing good, but our D line is one of the questionable spots for me. Some people say they're doing good, but for me, I feel like our run defense need to improve a lot. So, and then William Jackson III to the Steelers.
William Jackson III,
mm-hmm.
The
corner.
Yes, from
the Commanders.
Yes, number 3. He actually been doing good for the Commanders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they trade him for a 2025 conditional pick.
Doesn't say what round or anything.
Oh, 7th round pick. My bad.
Second.
7th.
7th.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But it can become a 6th round pick.
Okay.
I don't know what the details with, because sometimes it depends if a team wins enough games, it comes up, or something like that. If he plays enough games, something like that. Because I remember the first time I heard about conditional picks is the Carson Wentz trade when he got traded to the Eagles, and it was like a second round conditional pick. If Carson Wentz plays enough games or win enough games, they're gonna move the pick up to a first round pick.
Okay.
Which didn't really end up well for the Colts at the end, but
True. So, and you said I forgot again. He went to the
Steelers.
Steelers. Yes. Corner. Helps out the defense a lot. So I give the Steelers a C plus, B minus. Cause I like him. He was a good pick for the Commanders, but they got him late. So I mean, that's not a big L for them.
Mm-hmm.
So and the Commanders got a 6-7 round pick off of it.
Yeah.
They actually do good with 6 and 7 round picks with Cam Curl, the safety. That's what he went somewhere around that range.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been balling ever since then. He's came in and got the starting job his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually do good with drafting from around there and getting the players that they need. But I say around like a C minus C.
Yeah,
the Commanders.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing for both teams. Yeah, but they were about the Commanders were about to release him, but luckily the Steelers came in with a trade, so they was about to release him. At least they got something for him. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, but at your thoughts, who do you think's the biggest winner and the biggest loser from this whole entire trade deadline?
I don't want to say the Bears are the biggest loser because they got a lot of cap space.
Mm-hmm.
So they can bring players in, they can pay their players, and be good for a while. And I would say, I really don't know, man. That's a tough question. It's a lot of good picks, a lot of good players that got picked up from for a lot of good teams.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing. I don't really know at the moment because a lot of things can change from all these trades. Can't really say there's a winner. Can't say there's a loser. I would say probably the winner is probably the fans watching the fans from the trade deadline because you won't see a trade deadline like this in the NFL. This is something that happens this is like a light day for the NBA.
Yes.
Having 9 trades. This is a light day for the NBA. Especially all the trades that happened like the week before with James Robinson and the Christian McCaffrey trade.
Yeah.
So this is like a light day for the NBA. So for NFL, they got excited for once. Sometimes the NFL offseason or trade deadline can be boring. Unlike the NBA, a superior organization.
That trade deadline just goes crazy. In
Bro,
NBA.
it's like Christmas. Like, I'm not even paying attention to classes. I remember, like, in high school, I had my laptop watching ESPN, watching the trade deadlines, texting all my friends, like, yo, Blake Griffin got traded to Detroit. Oh, my gosh. DeMarcus Cousins got traded to the Pelicans? What? Unfortunately, those didn't really work out for teams, so.
Neither one of them. 2 people you just named.
Mm-hmm.
Not even knowing them teams no more.
Mm-hmm. Like you see Blake Griffin wearing a 91 jersey for the Boston Celtics.
He's wearing 91.
He's wearing 91.
He just want a ring, bro.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened to Dave Kardashian.
Chill.
Yeah,
that's Oklahoma native.
Yeah, you can understand.
I love you, Blake. Keep putting on for the city.
Mm-hmm. Respect. From the city. Even though you went to OU, but
only one, baby.
Yeah, but let's talk about the biggest losers. The Commanders. The Commanders owner, Dan Snyder, is putting the team up for sale.
I think he's done.
He's done.
Yeah,
he's done.
He's
all the things he's been through with all the allegations and refusing to change the team's name, then finally changing the team's name, then the team's name now. Hopefully the new ownership decided to change the team's name because the Commanders sounds like an XFL team.
Yes.
It sounds like an odd generation team. You pick them on Madden franchise, something like that.
Hopefully they keep their jerseys. I like their jerseys.
The jerseys are nice.
I do like that.
I feel like there's a lot of things. Like one suggestion I liked the most was like the Washington Red Tails. It's like based off the military group in the 1940s for World War II. That was led by African Americans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that one a lot, but Dan Snyder was going to go for that one if he had a team name was before.
He's not going at all. The what? No. No, go ahead. Okay, yeah, you can leave. You go to the next. You're fired.
You're fired. Whoever suggests that? Oh, well, Dwayne Haskins suggests that one, and then he saw what happened.
Oh, no.
They released him.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you was going to a different route. Oh.
What?
Oh.
What did I do?
I thought you was going to a different route.
No, I am not. I am not. Especially what happened this past week. I'm not making no jokes about.
So yeah, understandable.
Understandable, So despite the Giants' loss to the Seahawks, respect. Everybody in the NFC East has a winning record.
Good.
Like, the NFC East is the best division in football. And if we would say this 2 years ago, when the best team that went to the playoffs was the 79 Washington football team at the time. Now, it's the times are changing for the NFC East. I like this a lot.
Finally, switch.
A lot of competition. Now they can actually show primetime games that actually have some competition.
Yes.
I don't know why they keep on showing the Cowboys, but
man, that's America's team. America's team.
America's team.
Yeah.
It would make more sense if the Patriots would be America's team since they have red, white, and blue. But
yeah, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. But no.
Yeah, but are we now saying let Geno cook?
Geno cook.
3 straight wins for the Seahawks. And they're winning. Geno Smith. They're winning the division in the NFC West.
Yeah, he was there before he got traded.
He was on with the Giants and Jets before that.
Yes, he was a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a lot. He's going to do his job. Mm-hmm. He's not going to do nothing extra.
Yeah, and that's what Pete Carroll likes the most.
Yes.
Now that's what made Russell Wilson successful in the beginning. Because he was a rookie, he was young, he's just going to listen to the coach. Now when he got all this money, getting married by future's ex-girl, and taking care of his kid, now he's my alter ego, Mr. Unlimited.
Man, one time in a NFL champion, yeah, bro, you're not that. Mm-hmm. And as we see now.
And now they're trying to build their team back to the Legion of Boom 2.0. You see their corners they drafted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trey Brown.
Tar
Crown,
mm-hmm.
Woodland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think Trey Brown's a starting corner.
Well,
he had the nickel corner.
Who's the rookie cornerback that everybody's... Tariq Woolen. I haven't been hearing too much good about Kobe Bryant, but...
Oh, yeah, Kobe Bryant. I forgot about him.
But he's been getting burnt a lot, so...
He been getting burnt a lot?
Yeah, some people don't... He's been getting some catches over him, so...
Some people lose some, but...
He doesn't have the Mamba mentality.
He doesn't.
It's a disgrace to have Kobe Bryant as...
Bro, he came back out and was the number 8 again. After he just... Bro, he can't do that. You just can't do that. I'm sorry. He shouldn't be allowed to. I ain't even gonna lie.
And have the name Kobe Bryant. Watch him change his name to spell... Because it's spelled with a C, not a K.
It's with a Y, too. So,
with a Y?
Yeah. It's COBY. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He fell for the bait.
This great Kobe Bryant's legacy for what? For what? That's what Lakers and Kobe fans sound like right now, talking about Kobe Bryant on the Seahawks.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I'm kind of hurt that he even thought about doing it.
But maybe Kobe Bryant wasn't so good in his rookie year, so it's going to take a progress. Maybe keep your heads up for people who are Kobe Bryant fans for the Seahawks. So PJ and DJ. PJ, the
XFL superstar, now in the league, turned it up.
I remember watching PJ when he was in the XFL, and I saw the Panthers guy. I'm like, that's a good pickup for the Panthers. I hope he plays, and he finally gets a chance to play.
Yes.
And they had the play of the year.
Hey, I watched that play live, bro. I don't know what he was doing, bro. He was scrambling out the pocket, bro, and just threw it. I'm like, bro, who are you throwing it to? Then he just laid it out there.
Then see DJ Moore, perfect perfect throw
On the
right
money.
in the basket for him.
On the run. That was an amazing throw.
Unfortunately, the kicker sold.
Yes, and that flag it threw on DJ Moore, he was outside the end zone. So he was outside the field of play. So he could have took his helmet off. But yet again,
But if it's the play over when they blow the whistle, right?
it's a rule that no matter what, play on or play going or not on field, you have to keep your helmet on.
But I feel like you shouldn't flag him. A couple seconds left. He felt like Stephon Diggs out there. I'll be feeling like Stephon Diggs. People trying to diss him on media like for taking off his helmet. I'm like, bro, I'll do this. We will all do the same thing.
True, that was a big catch in a big time game, and you needed it.
Especially all the things they've been going through the Panthers, especially with Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
But I think PJ Walker's probably gonna be the starter for the rest of the season too.
Oh yeah, by all means, I respect it. I would want him to start over my OU QB legend, cause he's performing. Like Bake he's underperforming for me honestly. This new Bake, it's not my Bake.
Yeah, it wasn't the Bake when he was on the Browns that when they went to the playoffs.
Yeah, when he almost beat the Chiefs.
I just felt like it was just. I feel like it was Baker's fault for trying too much that last season because he was injured. He should not be playing on that injury. That's kind of ruined his progression. Now teams don't trust him no more. So.
Just got locked back in.
Mm-hmm. The Philadelphia Eagles are now 8-0 after last night's win against the Texans. Playing at Houston too, they won 29-17. Oh, my bad. Jalen Hurts with 21 for 27, 243 yards, two passing touchdowns. Miles Sanders with 17 carries, 93 yards, one touchdown. Dallas Goedert with 8 receptions, 100 yards, and one touchdown. A.J. Brown with 4 receptions, 59 yards, and one touchdown. Eagles are still on top, and the rest of the schedule looks easy. The only tough games they play is either the Packers, and they play the Cowboys one more time, and 2 games against the Giants. You think they're going to stay undefeated for the rest of the season?
I don't see them losing to the Packers. Packers just not, their head is not on right now, and it's not even A-Rod. It's something not clicking.
It's something not clicking. It's like the receivers are getting open, but just not catching the ball.
Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
It's something not clicking there in the offense.
It doesn't help when you have a quarterback that doesn't make you feel better about yourself.
True, A-Rod is.
You're like
A-Rod will let you know, like, bro, you got to do better. He's not going to say it how I said it. He's going to say it in a completely different tone, completely different way that I said it. So.
But, Devontae Adams did struggle when he first got there on the Packers. Like, he had, like, that famous sophomore slump when he was dropping balls. Okay. So, which I was surprised that the Packers didn't trade for a receiver like Brandon Cooks. Jerry Jeudy was also in trade rumors. DJ Moore. Those 3 young players.
Whoa, you talking about just recently?
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers is crazy.
Like, those were rumors that was going out. I'm like, okay, the Packers aren't going to do nothing. Packers didn't do nothing. And look at them now. But Eagles, I feel like Eagles are going to lose to either Cowboys at Dallas or the Giants. Because it's divisional games. Those divisional games are always close. And, sometimes it's the wear and tear of the season. So, they just came off their bye week, too, so.
Okay, yeah, and with Dak being back in, the only reason why I choose Dak over
Jalen Hurts?
No, not even Jalen Hurts. The backup quarterback.
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. Because he gives you a lot more. He can run, he can throw.
Cooper Rush would do his job, but Dak will.
He can do more.
He'd do more. He would do a lot more.
But sometimes more is for the worst. So, but in this case against the Eagles, it's needed because they're going to get after him. And Cooper Rush, that's what they need. They needed a mobile quarterback for that game.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get to the NBA right now because we don't care about football no more.
Yes, we do.
All right, maybe just a little, but no, we don't care about football no more. Next week we'll be talking about a lot of college basketball because college basketball is back next week. You're going to the doubleheader?
Monday?
Yeah.
I went to these last couple games.
I'm going to the game, but I'm going to the men's game, not the women's game because I got work. So I had to go to work. So
yeah. That game is actually fast.
Hmm?
The boys' game is actually fast.
Mm.
So they said it started at 8, it ended at 9 sharp.
Is their offense like more fast paced offense?
When I walked in, they was doing good, but I don't even know who they was playing against. Honestly.
It was like some random probably D2 school,
Yeah.
Ottawan, Baptist,
Yeah, honestly,
knockoff OBU.
yeah, I thought it was OBU.
Yeah,
But
shout out to OBU, my dad alum.
Shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I honestly didn't see a lot of offensive talent that I wanted to see.
So you say like a lot of good role players, but not that one guy.
Yeah, I didn't see that one guy. It was a good team win.
Good team
sure.
win. All right.
We had multiple people in double digits.
Yeah. See, if we had these players when we had Cade Cunningham, we would have went pretty far.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like when we had Cade Cunningham, there was only one guy that Cade can trust was Avery Anderson.
Yes.
Avery Anderson should have left after that year. That would have been the best because he did start off slow in the beginning last year. He should have left after that March Madness season tournament when Cade left because he would have got drafted in second round, late first, second round for sure. But let's talk about the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets. Been a mess all week long.
Man, they just
First they fired Steve Nash.
Yes.
Then Kyrie Irving said some things on Twitter.
I'm not gonna get into that.
Not gonna get into it. Not gonna get into it because not trying to get canceled myself. Not because no matter what you say, some people think some people, no matter it's good or right, it's gonna be wrong no matter what. So not trying to get into it.
Yeah.
So, but they suspended Kyrie Irving for 5 weeks, and
he doesn't have to apologize to.
At least he said no. He said at least 5 weeks, and he's not gonna be back until they apologize.
For real?
Yeah.
So they'll force him to apologize.
Mm-hmm. And he did apologize on IG.
That's wild. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep this to myself.
I keep this to myself, but the Brooklyn Nets are a mess. Like I would say this, organization's a mess. They've been a mess. I said it when they got Kyrie and KD. It was done for them to trade away D'Angelo Russell because they could have had D'Angelo Russell, who was an All-Star, Cav LeVert, who's averaging 20 points right now, and Jarrett Allen, who was an All-Star last year.
Yes.
And that team would be good enough to make the playoffs, and they could have built on that team.
Yeah, and especially with Kyrie and KD.
Now Kyrie's. If I was Kyrie, I would be trying to force my way out of Brooklyn and go to LA. He only has 1 year left of his contract. They can buy out his contract or trade it away.
Yeah.
And then KD's going to ask for a trade. And then hearing rumors they're trying to trade away Ben Simmons after 7 games. After 7 games, Ben Simmons. We still hate on Ben Simmons right here. Peak after his rookie year.
But I knew ever since he went to LSU, I knew he wasn't gonna be that guy because LSU he was just.
And they didn't even make the playoffs.
They did.
They didn't make the March Madness that year too.
He was just going by and just dunking, and even though he was the leader of that team, he wasn't nothing special. He was. And Simmons now.
And a lot of people say he didn't really have that work ethic, but people didn't listen. They was trying to hear the Magic Johnson, LeBron James comparisons. And most of those times, those comparisons never comes up to be true.
Nah.
When I hear LeBron and Magic Johnson comparison, I'm like, all right, this player is probably an over athletic player who passed the ball sometimes, but probably doesn't have the work ethic as those two players to do more than just pass the ball.
True. You have to do a lot to become LeBron James, Magic Johnson.
Because LeBron James is a once-in-a-million talent. Magic Johnson is another once-in-a-million talent.
6'7", 6'10", that can dribble, shoot, dunk on you, pass,
defense.
all around. It's what you want.
And it can be consistent all their whole entire career. Like, for Magic Johnson, if he didn't get the HIV, he wouldn't... If he didn't get HIV, he was still balling before that, and he was going to stay consistently balling until he actually retired at the right age. So,
yeah, his career was cut short because
he was, having a little fun, trying to be like Will Chamberlain.
Man, couldn't control himself.
Hey,
boy, stay in the Playboy Mansion.
Hey, after watching the Winning Time, I'm like, okay, Magic, I see you. Like, especially that one scene when I found out he got his girl's best friend pregnant.
Bro,
I'm like, yo.
I was like, no way he did
No
that.
way. Bro,
That
I remember I was
wild.
like at home and Kylon calls me. He's like, no way. Magic Johnson got his girl's best friend pregnant. That dude's a fool. I'm like,
He is a fool for that one.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like, all right, that's how he got HIV, but yeah, but
You know now.
that's we know how, but and then after firing Steve Nash, they also signed everybody's favorite city boy, Immanuel Udoku. I probably said that wrong, but Immanuel Udoku is now the head coach. He was suspended by the Celtics, but now he's back, and now he's gonna every single game that he's played the Celtics, he's gonna take that game personal.
Oh, of course.
And then he's gonna walk up to that front office and hit that. And
Oh no, that's wild. You do that, that's wild.
hey, he's gonna go for round 2 without.
NBA will suspend him.
But hey, I like the head coach pick, even though what he did. But good. He's a good head coach.
Yes, most definitely. He
Good head coach. So
he could actually turn that.
But the NBA
team
probably
around.
might still. The NBA probably going to suspend him eventually. Since they probably. I feel like they might suspend him because the way they be stepping in things now. But
with Adam Silver. But I feel like Adam Silver got a bigger case on his hands right now.
Because especially what Kyrie Irving said, Alan Silver is Jewish too.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. And even bigger than Kyrie though. He has some in San Antonio.
Yeah. Speaking about city boys.
Nah, he ain't city boy.
He's not a city boy, but he's a freak. Not Greek freak. The freak in San Antonio. Josh Primo. He's the same age of all of us. The youngest player, one of the youngest players that ever got drafted. Got drafted at the age of 18. He doesn't turn 20 until December.
I'm older than him. Oh, he's wild. He's still a kid.
He's still a kid. Acting like a little kid, like in the playground, like, hey, you want to see this?
Nah, he's truly a kid.
All right.
Wow.
Before I start making a lot of jokes, let me pull up the full extended report. Be professional about this because this is a professional matter. Like this further right here.
I seen that.
Oh.
Bro, the crazy thing is, when I looked at it, I thought it was just him completely. I was like, oh wow, that's not him. That's just the other one. That's the massage man.
This massage man. Hey, what's wrong with Texas? What's wrong with the state of Texas? What's in the Texas waters right now?
I don't know. In Houston, I think it is like 2-3 hours from Houston to San Antonio. If I'm not wrong, it's like 2-3 hours, which is normal for Texans. So yeah, it's just something wrong with Texas.
There's something wrong with Texas, period. But if you guys don't know, Josh Primo, the 6'6" guard who's 19 years old from Canada, drafted last year with the Spurs, with the lottery pick, 12th pick. No, it's only his second season, but only after his second season. I'm trying to pull up what he did, but let me say, the Spurs waived him, and everybody was like, why? Why did the Spurs waive their lottery pick from last year? And then, Josh Primo came out like, I'm just dealing with some mental health, some trauma. I'm coming back later.
I didn't know
Be better
that.
than later.
So they try to cover it up.
He tried to cover it up.
They just try to give the girl some.
He tried to cover it up.
He's not playing.
And then some leaks came out, and then the girl, the psychiatrist for the Spurs said that Josh Primo exposed himself to her 9 different times. 9 different times. We don't know if it's true or not because people can be lying sometimes because you saw stories like that. But a lot of other reports say he did it at Minnesota at a 4 seasons to house cleaner or something like that, keeping the cleaning lady.
So this ain't his first offense.
It said in the report, it said multiple women. So multiple women literally saw Josh Primo, dingly, can't really.
So he's up there with the massage man.
Mm-hmm.
Like It ain't not just one. It's multiple women,
Multiple women's.
and his is a lot worse though. Like you are exposing yourself to women.
And this
you
is a criminal investigation going on right now because they can probably say he's a what? They
sex trafficker.
No, not sex trafficker. Registered sex offender.
Yes.
Sex trafficker. That's a whole entire different thing.
Yeah, hold up. Wrong thing.
Yes, sir.
Sex offender. Wrong thing.
Yeah, but then his attorney came out saying like, "Oh, sometimes he just be sitting down, be like just a wardrobe mishap." So he basically said he was packing.
I seen that. They had a lot.
Yo, they could be at court like, my honor, my client was just packing. All right. Oh my gosh. But I can't really give my own opinion about this till I get more information about it. But either way, even though it's bad, it's bad for the Spurs organization as a whole because the woman accused that she did tell them about this like earlier as December 2021, told the GM in January again, and kept on telling the GM. And it wasn't until Greg Popovich found out. I'm pretty sure it wasn't until Greg Popovich found out around like a month ago or 2 weeks ago. Then that's when they waived him.
Pop don't play
because Pop doesn't play. I was surprised because Pop don't really play with stuff like this. But when they said like she told the GM first, I'm like okay, and the GM try to get their lawyers involved and stuff like that, and try to make sure to keep quiet about this. I'm like okay, even though she might be lying or not, that's up with her and God. But it sucks to see this to a young player either way. But the NBA don't play like that.
They don't.
They don't play like this.
You don't. You went to the wrong league.
Mm-hmm. You want to do stuff like this, go to the NFL. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Hey, Kareem Hunt's still playing to this day.
Hey. Money Mix. No offense. That's my dog.
Hey, Joe Mixon, mixing with Adrian Peterson, Tyreek Hill.
Can't be doing that.
I can name a lot of players. Deshaun Watson's about to play in a couple of weeks. So
against the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
No, we with the Browns against the Texans.
So. NBA don't play, maybe maybe the Guangdong Sutter Tigers and the CBA pick him up. Yeah, Shanghai Sharks. He can team up with Jimmy Fredette.
Yeah.
Be a monster backcourt.
He can join Taco Fall over there.
Yeah, Taco Fall. Mm-hmm.
Over there balling. He just need one more guard.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe he did that.
I can't believe, especially a young player.
Young player, man. That's all we dreamed of.
Dream. Man, I wish I wasn't. Well, no, I'm not saying I wish I was in his place right now, but I wish I was drafted like him. Yeah. Being a young player, youngest player in the draft, getting drafted to a great developing team. They develop their players. Yes. Look at Javonte Williams, Javonte Murray, and Keldon Johnson right now. They're both doing good right now.
Yes.
They're known for developing players despite what draft pick they have. So. And you're the youngest player, they're going to take time on you. You probably have the most potential on the team too. So, that's a dream for me. But all dreams die.
What LA?
But the Trailblazers are the best team in the West right now, and that's surprising because this offseason we didn't really see them do that much moves.
Aren't they 6-1?
Yeah, the only move they did was re-sign Anthony Simon. And trade for Jeremy Grant. And it seemed like their defense improved. Chauncey Billups doing his thing as a coach right now. This is the thing with the old head coach. Never really had good defense. Now they're on the defense, and Anthony Simmons is like the next coming Damian Lillard. Great shooter, around the same height, won the dunk contest. It seemed like they just drafted. They had Dame 2.0.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm. And he had a unique. No bad. He had a unique way to get to the league. He got in the league, so I like it a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I just need them to stay consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency is key in everything. Mm-hmm. Consistency is key, and if they stay consistent, by all means, I don't see why not. I don't see who's stopping them. Now, if they come through with Where's Portland? I gotta think. I can't think off the top of my head. They on the West, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so they got the Warriors. They gotta play.
The Warriors are 3-5 right now. They lost
Dang.
4 games straight.
They actually just lost to the Magic, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Jalen Suggs had like 29.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I disrespected Jalen Suggs a little too.
For real?
Yeah, because he didn't have a good year in his rookie year. I feel like he was going to be like a solid 6-man for them. You know, because since they already have Cole Anthony and Marco Fultz, but since Marco Fultz is still injured, he might take Marco Fultz's job right now. So.
Oh yeah, I like Jalen Suggs when he was at Gonzaga.
Oh, he was him.
Yeah.
At Gonzaga, he was him.
Yeah.
Like he could have played football too. He was like a
quarterback.
He was
like
a quarterback.
4-star, 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he wasn't that high as a 5-star.
He was
He was like a 3 or 4-star.
Mm-hmm.
He was a nice quarterback though.
Yeah, he won the state championship for football and basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can do it all.
He can do it all. He can do it all. Yeah, but yeah, I saw a sister on TikTok. She's kind of, hey, hey, what's her name? Janetta Suggs, something like that. Hey, and he's good friends with Paige Buckets, another baddie. Another girl baddie. Hey, but all right, I'm just shooting my shot here. But hey, Jalen Suggs, if you're trying to hit me up with Paige Bucket, that'd be great. If not, your sister be second best right there.
That man, get my man's right.
Let me make sure his sister's hopefully older sister, not younger sister.
Hey,
Nope, not younger sister. I'm not no Josh Primos or something.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, but the Lakers, after going 0-5 start, they won 2 games straight. You feel like the Lakers are going to start getting their identity back because they are a now improved defensive squad. Their defense, most of their games are low scoring games.
Yeah. With benching Russell, it's hard to take in, but his performance has increased since he's been benched. And that's how I always thought it was going to work out and play out. Because
I feel like the Lakers don't really use him as a point guard. They use him off ball. But now they benching him, letting him control the offense now, is going back to old Russ right now.
He looks like he's having fun now.
He's having fun. Because before you don't hear... Russ is always dancing at pre-games, running around, doing all his routines. Now you don't really see that much. Now he's back. And the league's going to pay for it. The media is going to pay for it.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just want him, like I said, with Portland, he just has to stay consistent. And even if he does come in and drop, 25 points, keep him on the bench. Why? Because when he was starting, it wasn't like that. It's not going to be the same. You have too much talent on the court.
Yeah. Well, this just came in, so I'm just going to read this real quick. Greg Popovich addressed a former team psychologist suing the Spurs and the former draft pick, Josh Primo. I understand your desire to get as many details as you can, but as you know, this is in the hands of our lawyers now, so I can't go there, and I'm not going to go there. It's up to them. They talk about it and argue about it and go back and forth. That's what they do. So what they going to do, I can't talk about details. What I say is that I will stand by the statement that came out yesterday by the Spurs organization. I will only add that anybody that has observed the Spurs over the long period of time knows that a very long period of time that accusation like this would be taken away seriously without any doubt whatsoever. The Spurs organization would be atop of it, and I am confident that the men and women on the managerial staff dealt and are dealing with this so purposely, promptly, and did with most care for everyone concerned, the accused, the people in the organization, to make sure everybody feels comfortable and safe. And I just leave my comments at that.
Basically, saying he's
just saying like,
he doesn't have no size. He's there for it.
I just basically read the Declaration of Independence right there. I thought he was going to say something else, like, oh, that girl's lying or something. I thought he was going to say something else, but hey.
He can't do that. He might lose
He can't do
his
that. He can do wherever you want because he already's in the Hall of Fame, so
he will lose. He will get kicked out the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
yes, he will get kicked out if he do that. You gotta have a good image to
Yeah,
just be in the Hall of Fame.
Man, I guess Josh Primo's Hall of Fame season's done.
Yeah, down the drain, buddy.
Yeah, but it's a good start for the Lakers. Good start for not a good start for the Lakers being 2-5, but I feel like the Lakers can eventually, when everybody gets healthy and they start getting their identity back. Maybe they trade for Miles Turner. We don't know how. We don't know when. But it depends how the season could progress, because this is a long NBA season. They can end up having a 70 something and 5 season, something like that, winning the rest of their games. But we don't know. But this is one of the worst starts for LeBron James in history. So, but
Actually,
the last time,
I was gonna say,
time someone who started off 0-4, 0-5, but made the playoffs was the Russell Westbrook. And LeBron James made the finals too. So
yeah, I think so. LeBron made it far whenever
when they was on the Cavs with 2015, 2016, his first season. No, 2014, 2015, their first season on the Cavs. So
yeah, his first season back on there.
Yeah, but so the Thunder and Jazz seem like they don't want Victor no more, because they've been winning games.
Hey, Shay's
crazy. Top 4 in points. The Jazz are top 3 in the C. Right now, Thunder won 4 games. Well, they did won 4 games straight. They lost last night, so close game against the Nuggets, where Shea went off again. Shea's trying to make the playoffs, the play-in tournament. He doesn't like tanking no more. And Lou Dort's helping him as much as he can. Averaging the second most points, was 15 points a game. The rest of the other players need to step up a little bit. Been a little inconsistent. I'm not a huge fan of Josh Giddey, in my opinion, but everybody else is going crazy about Josh Giddey and Poku, even though they're just dropping their career highs at 12 points. But hey, I'm all for the Thunder making the playoffs. Hey, if we need to trade someone to make the playoffs, hey, I'm cool with it, because I feel like at this point we're not trying to contend for the playoffs. We're trying to see how good our team is. We're not trying to tank, but we're trying like, we're in that middle. See where we at. Where we need to build out. If we need to sign that player, or we need to trade for that player. Because if we don't have good seasons, we don't have a good season. We just draft another player. It's all those picks we have is basically a tryout. If you're not doing good, you're gonna be kicked off the team. Varsity and JV, basically.
Yeah.
So I like. People were worried about them, like, oh, we're not gonna get Victor. Hey, regardless if we make the playoffs or not, we're going to get Victor with all the draft picks we can. Because who's gonna say no with 10 draft picks coming their way?
True.
Which I want to be trading all those draft picks away for someone who can be risky as a 7'4" center who's like 180 pounds, but
and become just like Ben Simmons or Chet. Hurt.
Because a lot of centers who come out tall and skinny doesn't really last that long in the NBA, and it already takes them long enough to develop too. So that's my biggest problem with Victor. I'm not hating on Victor, but
True, it took Giannis a long time.
It took Giannis. Like, if you're trying, I feel like people who should draft Victor should be starting their rebuild, not in their 3rd or 4th year, already having established all-star players on their team just to wait on for someone else to develop. Because it's gonna feel like the prospect is gonna be rushed into it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of slowing yourself down. Yeah, you're telling your players that y'all is not good enough. Y'all, I need better. I need more.
Because when the Sixers started a rebuild, they drafted Joel Embiid first. When the Nuggets started a rebuild, they drafted Jokic first. But Bucks started a rebuild, they drafted Giannis, even though he's not center, but he was a development player. Timberwolves, they drafted Karl-Anthony Towns first. Well, they drafted Andrew Wiggins before and Zach LaVine, but they drafted Karl-Anthony Towns. And when the Jazz started a rebuild, they drafted Rudy Gobert. They always, when you see teams who's about to start a rebuild, doesn't matter what pick they draft, what pick they have, they're going to draft a center with that first round pick when they're going to start the rebuild. Because when you're starting a rebuild, you want to start with a center first, because the center takes a long time to develop. So as you're rebuilding, you don't have to rush the center to play as good, because you see problems. Sometimes you're rushing your centers to play good, they're going to be injured. Like Greg Oden, I'm not calling him a bust. He just was affected in injuries. They just rushed him into the playing too much. They already had LaMarcus Aldridge. They already had Brendan Roy. They They rushed him in trying to make the playoffs. They did make the playoffs that year without him even playing. So he kind of felt rushed to get back into it because he was the number 1 pick. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I feel about centers. Just don't draft. If you're already a couple years rebuilding and you already have some promising pieces around you, don't draft a center. Trade for a center. Sign a center. Establish center. Because sometimes you don't need that superstar center that everybody thinks you're going to get in the first round. You just need established center to help your other young guys out.
Get the job done. Like Steven. I love
Steven Adams, the perfect example. Steven Adams.
He'll come in, get rebounds. He do all the gritty work. He'll play defense. He even come in and dunk on somebody, get you a layup or something. Might give you like 6, 8 points. Probably 10 on a good night. But he'll come in and get you like 13 boards and might come in with 3, 4 fouls. But they good hard 3, 4 fouls.
Yeah.
Understandable. I like that.
Yeah. Well, we were going to do the GM of the week, but since we only have one person here, we're going to save it for next week. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it that we have so far. Besides, if we want to talk about the Drake album,
it's kind of sorry.
I give it 8 out of 10. 21 Savage carry, but I'm a big 21 Savage fan, but it just felt weird with Drake, hearing Drake going like Slaughter Gang.
I give it like a 7.5.
I'll give it
I'm
8.
a Drake fan. It's not Drake's.
I gotta listen to it again. I already listened to it twice already, so I gotta listen again. So
yeah, no, I seen he had shouted out the Q's in one of his songs. It talked about Ice Spice and Meg Thee Stallion.
Hey, she's a 10, but she rap is good on mute though.
Yes. Hey, he said Meg Thee Stallion actually snapped back at him too.
On Twitter, I saw that.
Yeah, she's not liking it at all.
Hey, it's Drake. What you can do about it? Like Drake wins all his battles, so
the industry is with Drake.
Yeah, but and also sad news. Rest in peace, Takeoff.
Oh yes, rest in peace, Takeoff.
What was your favorite Migos song?
Fight Night.
That's a good one.
I can't say the lyrics on here.
But I like T-shirt and Walk It Talk It.
Oh yeah.
Mama told me, not to say a word. Same color T-shirt. But I also like Walk It Talk It. Like Walk. I used to play that all the time when it first came out. I used to have that on repeat too. Like especially when it was a good feature from Drake too. That was Yeah, but no, that was the last. Culture 2 was the last good album from them. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like Culture 3 too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully maybe this death can help bring Quavo and Offset back together.
Yeah, and maybe they will most likely come. I wouldn't say come back together most likely,
but at least
hopefully they come back and make at least a song for the members of Takeoff.
It's sad because of course he's the youngest one in the group too.
Yes,
he's the reason why Quavo started rapping too. He can basically credit him being the one starting the whole child group because it wasn't what Quavo started rapping. The group wouldn't became because this would have been Takeoff and Offset. So
yeah,
what is it? Takeoff Offset's cousin.
I think.
Or
yeah.
Quavo's and he's Quavo's nephew.
Yes.
Okay, so he's basically the bridge between both of them.
Yes.
So, it's sad. It's sad to see, but hey, next week I'm probably gonna see Wakanda Forever. So I'll tell you well, we won't be talking about next week because we'll be after the podcast. But next week we're seeing Wakanda Forever. Yeah. And then the 2 weeks I will talk about my thoughts of Wakanda Forever. So, you got anything else to say? Shout out to your socials real quick.
No, I don't got anything else to say, but my socials is bigfoe.rr.
And mine is primetime.siafa. We see y'all later. Like TikTok, Instagram. If you guys want to send some messages and give us your own takes, that'd be great. So I can start roasting your takes because most of your takes are bad. So, hey, we all see you next week. Have a great November. Survive the N and N, if you know what I mean. Triple N. Hey, stay strong, soldiers. We out.
I got this shit inside my body that you can't fix. I've been working on my goals, I've been seeking all the greatness. And I've been talking about my pain like a Drake generation. They laughing in my face when they see the hits I'm making. I got so much shit on my brain, I tell them I can get to rest. It's all better, it's all better, it's all better, it's all better. And I've been charged up trying to run the game just like a gentleman.